Hey, y'all. Hey, everyone. Come on in. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. This is our Tuesday takeover. I apologize for the delay. You already know, Tuesday takeover, I just posted a new video, but Tuesday takeover is really, it's like a takeover of my entire Monday night and Tuesday morning because it's so much prep. And I still, when I come here live, I'm like, oh, I still need this, I still need that. So you guys will just have to do and imagine certain images that I'm painting for you. But if you're new to Tuesday Takeover, it's where we cover a variety of reality TV news, and pop culture news. I saw someone, hey, Shireen mentioned that she wanted me to discuss the Nene and Carlos King interview. I haven't watched it. I've only seen a clip. I can't do it. You know, I have to rewatch and watch things multiple times. So there's no way that I can do that during our Tuesday Takeover because we already have a lot to cover. So we'll have to do that later if I even feel like it's worthy of doing. Is it the same thing that Nene's been saying over and over again? Is it the same thing? Is there anything new? I mean, I'm going to listen. Unfortunately, God bless my ears. Oh, look. God bless my ears for a variety of reasons. Okay, well, if you guys hit me up enough on social media and you're following me on Threads and you're hitting me up on Twitter, and well, not Twitter anymore, it's X. We got to talk about that. If you hit me up enough, say, Kempire, we need to talk about this. We need to talk about this. Then I'll do it. If not, nope.
That's really upsetting to me, so I'd appreciate it if you didn't say that.
Okay, all right. Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Where is it? Is it coming soon? Word on the street it is. Word on the street, we're going to get a trailer soon. Do you care? So our Tuesday Takeover, we always start off with some good news and things like that. But before we do that, let's make sure that the algorithm is working. Some of you are saying that you're not getting your notifications on YouTube. Be sure that you're still subscribed because that's the thing. Sometimes YouTube unsubscribes you. Okay? So be sure to check that out. Be sure to check that your notifications on. Be sure that you're following me on X. You're following me on X, Twitter. All right? All right. I will see you guys after the countdown. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know what's the temperature where you're watching from. It's 80 something degrees here in New York, 86 degrees here in New York. Hot and sweaty. Hot and sweaty. All right. Let's get into a countdown and then let's get into Tuesday Takeover.
Baby, won't you listen to me? I got that flavor. I know you're dying to feed. I ain't no dancer. Just got some hip in my feet. Now throw your hands up. You bring the lighter, I got the fuse. You make a fire, I'll add the fuel. Follow me, lead it. Just watch your shoes. Gotta turn the heat up to get this cool.
About today. I love when TikTok says, who are we talking about today? Everybody. This is what Tuesday Takeover is all about. It is all about everything in pop culture, including reality TV and reality TV news. This is also where we get to catch up on our 90 Day Fiancé. I can't even keep up with 90 Day Fiancé at this point. There's 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way on now. There's 90 Day Fiancé The Last Resort, which I already told you I'm not watching. 90 Day Fiancé UK, which is still very good. You know, we recapped season 1. Now they're on season 2. And now there's, of course, we've been talking about 90 Day Fiancé Before the 90 Days. I can't keep up. And it's hot around the world. Look, it's hot everywhere. You guys are telling me 90s, 80s. Ronnie says it's 86 in Beirut with an 80% humidity. Ugh. Nash said that I had to turn the notification on for this specific video. YouTube is playing games. See? So guys, be sure to make sure that your notifications are on TikTok. Oh, 94 in Tucson. Whew. it's hot. But it's summer. It's only July, though. You know, August usually is even hotter. I hear especially on the West Coast, it's really, really hot. In the Midwest, oof. Well, look, at least we are, well, at least some of us. I don't know, some of you may be out and working in the heat. Stay hydrated, please. I have to keep reminding myself, make sure I drink my water. 66 in London, Shireen? Good for y'all. I love that for y'all. Anyways, guys, we always start off Tuesday Takeover with some good news. So I want to start off with some good news. I always have to go searching for the good news, unfortunately. I had to go searching for the good news. So this is some good news. And you probably been wondering where this singer has been for a very long time. Well, one of my favorite singers and one of the women that I interviewed in the early days of Kempire Radio has given us an update on this woman. All right, so take a listen or watch.
Hey, everyone always asks me, where is Traci Spencer?
Where is she?
Ta-da!
Found her at the mall.
Right here! I found my friend. If you all know me, you know how much I love Miss Traci Spencer. We've been friends since we were kids, teenagers. And I went on Twitter and I said, where's Traci Spencer? That was years ago. And I found her.
We found each other.
Yes.
And we shall never let each other go.
Yes, I'm so happy I could cry. I'm really happy to see her. We had a wonderful dinner.
Yes.
And I love you so much, and I'm so glad you are back.
I love you too, girl.
Yes, yes.
Traci Spencer's coming back? Tender kisses. Y'all remember that song? Traci Spencer? Y'all remember Traci Spencer? So Shanice and Traci Spencer, you know, 90s icons, 80s icons, maybe a little bit too. Icons. So Traci Spencer looks amazing. She looks amazing. She looked like she looks a little bit older. Just a little bit. She looks really great. Shanice looks really great. Both are really great singers. But Traci's sort of just been living her life. She's just exited music for a long time. I believe, a YouTube account, I can't remember the name of their account. They do like flashback content about this and they talk about Traci Spencer. Google schmoogle it on YouTube. So they give you an update where Traci Spencer has been. But apparently she's going to be coming back maybe with some new music. She looks great. She looks great. So for me, that was good news. Come on, right? Us 80s and 90s babies. Mostly the 80s babies. The 90s babies, you were a baby. You didn't probably know Traci Spencer. But that's good news. I love seeing Shanice. I interviewed Shanice years ago. I always love the people that gave me a shot in the beginning because they didn't really know who I was and they still did an interview with me. So shout out to Shanice. Shout out to Brandy. Shout out to Melanie Fiona. All those folks back in the day. Shout out to Portia Stewart, a.k.a. Portia Williams, who's now blocked me on social media. It's okay. When she was a newbie on Real Housewives of Atlanta, she came on Kempire Radio and did an interview. We had a great time. So that's some good news. All right. So before we get into some other good news. Oh, no, let me get into this good news. We're going to mix it up. We're going to mix it up today. And our girl, Mama Ali, is doing the timestamps. So you will have timestamps later. Okay. So in some other good news. Okay, hold on. Let me get the picture ready. Carlee Russell's ex-boyfriend, is single. Carlee Russell's fine boyfriend, Tomar, is single. All right, I just dropped a video talking about Tomar's statement. So Tomar, as you know, when Carlee went missing, he was very public and trying to, galvanize support. He was even telling people to stop trolling her and being mean to her, only to come out to find out yesterday, we reported that Carlee Russell admitted that there was never a toddler on the highway. Then she admitted that she was never kidnapped. The Hoover Police Department says that they're still investigating this whole situation. So she could be facing charges. And some of you said, I don't want this young woman's life to be ruined because of a stupid action. But consequences. Exactly. North is the boyfriend. Right. I was like, Carlee, if you were trying to get his attention, Girl, you just gave him the attention of millions of women and some questionable gays. Just, come on. So he released a statement. So I'm adding this to the good news portion because he's single. And at least we have one person that, oh my goodness. All right. Anyway, so he released a statement earlier today or yesterday. I don't remember. Well, we reported on this earlier today. So if you missed the video, be sure to check out the full-length video where we talk about this. So this is his statement. He says, Carly's actions created hurt, confusion, and dishonesty. I was made aware of the false narrative after coming to the defense of my ex, keyword, ex. Sorry. Ex, Carlee Russell. Myself and my family's nature was to react in love and genuine concern. We are disgusted from the outcome of this entire situation. Disgusted. But he's single. He's single. So, ladies, go get your man. I'm sorry. No, look, we have to take light of this situation now because, who knows? The next report that we might be reporting on is that she's being charged. We're not going to, you guys will have an opportunity later to call in and share your thoughts on the whole Carlee Russell situation. But good news for us. Oh, goodness. Stupid. Anyways, moving on. Let's move on to some news, okay? Oh, wait, no. We're not going to move to news. Okay, we'll move to some news. Speaking of new couples, what new couples? Because one of y'all going to get that man Tomar. Anyways, speaking of new couples, Chris Samuels, formerly of the Real Housewives of Potomac and Love and Marriage DC, he was recently photographed. Shout out to our friends over at Reddit. That's a whole other place. I don't delve into Reddit like that. Not on a daily or weekly or monthly or quarterly basis. Only if there's news. Okay? So this photo was going around online in regards to Chris Samuels from the Real Housewives of Potomac formerly, and Charrisse, an OG of the Real Housewives of Potomac, hanging out. And people are like, what is going on? People were like, what? Shar and Chris. I mean, we have to keep in mind, Charrisse and Monique ended really badly, their friendship. So the fact that he's hanging out with her is like, what are you saying here? But then I thought to myself, as I kept on looking at the picture, I was like, I can kind of see them together. Anyone else? I can kind of see Charrisse and Chris together. She likes a tall man. And Chris is looking good. Look at Chris. Chris has lost some weight. I mean, he looks so good in the face too. Handsome. Well, a lot of people have been slamming this whole situation and people's reaction to Charrisse and mostly Chris hanging out with Charrisse. I don't know what to make of it. To me, I have to say, my mind is sort of blown by it. I'm like, I wonder what they talked about. Look, no matter what, even though you're divorcing Monique, that's still the mother of your children. So regardless, there's always going to be a loyalty to the mother of your children. But, and look, Charrisse knows everybody in Potomac. She hangs out with everybody in Potomac. But it's just interesting. What do you think they talked about, Monique? Remember, they're in the middle of a divorce. I don't know if there's a prenuptial agreement. I'm assuming that there is. Someone says, I thought it was an old picture. Nope. Does this look old to you? Look at Kurt. It would have to be super, super old. No. If Chris didn't lose this weight recently, then I would probably be like, oh, it's an old picture. No. This looks very new. That looks like the new Chris Samuels. And that looks like Charrisse looks good. I don't know about that top, but Charrisse looks good. El Michelle says he looks all right. I like my men thick. It's okay, y'all. It's all right. To, no matter what, if he did this for himself, for his health. Good for him. Chris looks good. I don't know if he really should move on with Charrisse. I'm not saying that he is, but if he was thinking about that. And a lot of you have been saying he's been hanging out a lot with the former housewives or with his former colleagues on Real Housewives of Potomac. I know he was recently pictured with Karen Huger. I mean, good for them. Good for them. Maybe they had a friendship before. I don't know. Do I care? Not really. Not really. All right. Let's move on. Let's move on from there. Where do I want to go from there? Look, where do I want to go from there? Let me get into 90 Day Fiance because there's just so much to talk about in regards to 90 Day Fiance. And I don't have all the pictures, so please forgive me today. Okay? I did a video right before this. I had appointments. I've been trying to gather this show. So please forgive me if I don't have all the pictures. All right? And for those that are watching on TikTok, we are showing the pictures on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. TikTok, you're watching from behind the scenes. If you want to see everything I'm showing, go there. Nash says, no, Kep, not good for them. I don't care. Everyone's single, right? Well, technically, not really. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Since I'm giving you the Luann voice, let's talk about Crappie Lake. All right. So I'm not fully up to date on Crappie Lake. I talked a little bit about Crappie. Welcome to Crappie Lake, the new spinoff from the Real Housewives of New York, starring Sonia Morgan and Countess Luann. All right. I meant to watch the latest episode, and did I watch it? I can't remember. That's how forgettable they are. Look, I really was excited to watch it because I saw a few of you saying, "Oh my God, it's so great." This is why I have to watch things for myself. This is why I have to research things myself. I've been watching it. It's not terrible. It's not terrible, but it was not as great as a lot of people were making it out to be. I think it's a cute little filler show, but I don't think it's, do I want to see a season 2? Maybe if it's a different town or a different premise, because I don't mind seeing Luann and Sonia. I do like them. I like them on Real Housewives of New York, but Welcome to Crappie Lake is okay for me. It's okay for me. It's all right. It's not grabbing my attention. You know what did grab my attention? And you guys told me about this last week. Oh, damn. Survival of the Thickest. There we go. I was like, wait, what's the name of the show? With Michelle Buteau, the comedian. And it's based here in New York. It was actually filmed here in New York. I liked it. I watched it. I thought it was really, really good. Survival of the Thickest on Netflix. And you know what stood out to me? At first, it was a slow start for me. The first couple of episodes, I was like, this is giving me Glamorous. I told you about Glamorous if you follow me on Twitter. I was like, I don't like this show, Glamorous. I was like, Kim Cattrall, you better run, not walk, back to And Just Like That. Okay? It was okay. But as we went on, I have to say, the minute Tasha Smith, you know Tasha Smith, the actress, the acting coach, the director and producer. So she's been doing a lot of directing and producing behind the scenes and helping other actors, okay? But she is so good. She reminded me, like, oh my God, I miss seeing her on a show. So for me, she was the best part of Survival of the Thickest. But I have to say, I really did enjoy as the episodes went on. This is why you have to give shows a shot. You can't just watch one episode or two episodes. And as we got to the end, I was just like, oh, this was good. This was good. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. The premise of the show is Mavis, who is she's sort of a fashion stylist. And she was working, sort of like an assistant to another one. Then her boyfriend at the time got her an opportunity to work with someone else. And then she came home one day and found the boyfriend was cheating on her. So throughout the season, he's trying to get back with her, but she starts dating this other man. All right? Who doesn't live here in New York. He lives in Italy. And Garcelle is in it as well. And Garcelle is funny. I liked Garcelle in it. And look at Garcelle just keeping a bag. keeping the bag. She's got reality TV going on. She's got Lifetime movies. Now she has a Netflix show. She was really good in that as well. I thought it was good. Survival of the Thickest on Netflix. Solid show, funny show. I liked seeing Michelle navigate finding herself, her voice, her career. It has all those elements, and anything that's based here in New York, I'm always going to be a little biased, just because I just love New York. New York is its own character. So yeah, so Survival of the Thickest on Netflix. They're not paying me, but I feel like I'm a part of the Netflix family. I was on Young, Famous, and African. Am I part of the Netflix family? Anyways, Michelle says, I liked it too. Garcelle was a highlight. She was. I feel like everyone, for me, Tasha Smith was my favorite in the entire season. She was just so funny, and I forgot how much I miss her and her energy. And I have to say, she's sort of one-dimensional when it comes to her characters, but I like it. I like it. It's always entertaining. It's always interesting to me. So I liked it. I also really liked Garcelle in it. And I also liked Michelle Buteau's best friend, the heterosexual guy. I forgot his name. It's okay. He's been in other things too. Very recognizable. I thought it was a really cute show. I love it. I love it. And there's a lot of representation. Both. Okay, let's get into it. This is a perfect segue. Because, Tuesday Takeover is a mashup of a variety of things. So Survival of the Thickest, celebration of Blackness, celebration of the LGBTQIA plus community. Loved it. Shout out to Peppermint. So we're not going to cover this story with T.S. Madison and Jess Hilarious. But I am going to say this because this happens a lot in our community, especially when it comes to the LGBTQIA plus community. This whole conversation about women and trans women, and what I saw from Jess Hilarious in regards to her response, it's one thing to have a feeling about something, but the transphobic response that she had was disgusting to me. And then to see the transphobic comments is even more disgusting to me. And it's a reminder to me of the homophobic comments that I often see when we are talking about, the homosexual community or the LGBTQIA plus community. I'm not getting into the debate on women versus trans women. I'm not getting into that. But I did not like Jess Hilarious' response. To me, it was just like, what? Disgusting. I'm tired of seeing it, and I'm tired of our community being okay with that type of conversation. Because I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. And this is a popular Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. quote. And I wish people would really understand what he was saying here. An injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. We are seeing this in our country literally in these very recent days. We are seeing in our country everyone's rights being in trouble. So one minute you think that, oh, everything's cool with me over here. Next minute it's not. And then you want everyone else's support. Disgusting. I'm not going to go into the whole debate or who's right or blah, 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 blah. I'm not getting into that, but that was disgusting. Anyways. Hey, Pam. Thanks for liking the video. I appreciate the support. I wanted to just briefly talk about it. Like I said, I'm not going to get into the debate about what they were talking about. I just did not like the response, both from them and from the comment section. Anyways, moving on. Go watch Survival of the Thickest on Netflix. Go watch it. It was good. It was good. All right. Swolliston says, I must be living under a rock because what's going on? Ignore it. It's not even worth letting that negativity into your space. All right. Moving along. Let's move into some reality TV. Okay. Since we talked a little bit about some scripted television. I already told you last week. If you have not seen the movie, spoiler alert, it's worth it. Since we're talking about representation, all right, be sure to check that out. All right, moving along. 90 Day Fiancé. Don't want to, before we get into 90 Day Fiancé, before we get into I'm sorry, Mama Ellie. She's doing the timestamps. Before we get to 90 Day Fiancé, I just want to kind of get Bravo over with. And for those of you that are wondering if I'm going to talk about the Nene situation, I'm not, just because I have not been able to watch it yet. A lot of prep for this show, no time. It came out this morning. All right, so we already talked a little bit about Crappie Lake. Welcome to Crappie Lake with Sonia and Luann. And if you missed our recap of Real Housewives of Atlanta and New York City yesterday, be sure to check that out from yesterday, those 2 videos. All right, moving along. So Below Deck Down Under there's a new season. As I said to you guys before, I really do enjoy Below Deck. I don't get into every single one, but we do talk about the original Below Deck, and we also talk about Below Deck Down Under because we watched season 1. So now season 2 is here, and I was like, wait, how did I miss an episode? So I know we talked about the premiere episode. Did they release 2 new episodes? Did they release 2 new episodes this week, or am I just behind? I don't know what happened. Anyways, moving along. Let me where's my 90 day, not 90 day, Below Deck. Here we go. So Below Deck Down Under premiered on July 17th. Oh yeah, so they must have released 2 new episodes. They must have released 2 new episodes, because if it came out on July 17th, that was only, what, a week ago? Anyways, moving along. Hold on. Let me turn off my notifications, y'all. So Below Deck Down Under, as you can already tell, it's the Below Deck version in Australia. But we do have some Americans that are on the cast, and we have some people from last season that have returned, including Captain Jason. So last week, I told you these charter guests were really interesting. Very interesting and very bad. Because at one point, they jumped in off the boat when they were told not to. And then Captain Jason had to be, woken up in order to get them out of the water. And the deck crew, no one on the deck crew was awake at the time. All right. I don't know about the cast yet. It's still too new. Aisha, I can never know how to pronounce her name. Oh, thank you, Suzanne. Okay, Suzanne. All right. I need them to do better. Look, I get it. Suzanne says, yep, 2 back-to-back on Monday night. I was like, this is too much. I have too much to talk about, but it's all right. I'm going to summarize. So there were 2 new episodes of Below Deck Down Under. I like the chef. The chef's presentation, Captain Jason called out. The chef's presentation wasn't great. All right. But the premiere charter guests, as I said last week, were great. So last week it ended with them cussing at Captain Jason. And then they immediately were like, I didn't mean to say that. They were very drunk. But they were obnoxious. But we have to remember, this is a reality show. I believe this obnoxious behavior is encouraged and probably told by producers to be that way. All right. So we had those charter guests. And then in these last couple of episodes, we had some new charter guests, some rich Australians and things like that. But backtracking, we have Aisha, who's returned. And we have the other guy on the far right next to Captain Jason. I forgot his name. You guys will remind me in the chat. But he's returned. He wasn't there originally in the first episode, but he came to replace. They didn't have they were short a deckhand. All right. There's already trouble between the bosun and our Brooklyn boy, Adam. I really like Adam. Knowing Adam's story, it's so interesting to me because he's so educated in the world of marine life and things like that, but he's new to yachting. So he also has sort of a chip on his shoulders, like, I don't want to be doing all this sort of like, regular work when I could be doing more. So there's where I kind of disagree with him. You're new to the whole yachting world, so there's a whole other thing that you need to learn in regards to that. All right? What? Monet, is that true? Is that going to be a new thing? Monet says Below Deck has 2 new episodes every month. Not last week. Last week we only had 1 episode. So we're going to have 2 new... No, they better not do that to me. Culver. Thank you, Suzanne. I couldn't remember his name. Robin says it's pronounced Aisha. We'll see if I remember that next week. We'll see if I remember that next week. I'm going to try Aisha. You remember how I felt about Aisha last week? Sometimes her reactions, her histrionics comes across very like Melody Holt. Almost like, is she being honestly like excited or is she being sarcastic? Just saying. Moving on. Hold on. Wait, Tess says the one lady was obnoxious from the get-go. Yeah. From the jump. That the first charter guests were very obnoxious. All right. But I have to say, I enjoyed these first 3 episodes. I don't really love Below Deck when they're out and they're drinking, and I don't love when they're, because it's very rare that the cast is so interesting when they're partying that I'm like, oh my gosh, I kind of prefer just seeing mostly them on the ship and interacting with the guests and those issues. You know what I mean? So I don't really care about them getting drunk or hooking up, because usually it's not that interesting or entertaining. Especially as I'm watching these people be drunk, because I don't drink. I'm just like, why would people drink when they look like this? They look crazy. They look great. I'm like, oh my God, you look so silly. I do love Harry. Harry is the only person that I've ever met. I haven't met him, but you know what I mean. That I've ever seen lie about downsizing their height. Usually people up their height. Like, oh, I'm an inch taller than I actually am. He actually downsizes his height. He's actually 6'5". And he says 6'3" is not great. People don't love that. 6'4" people like. I don't know if I agree with that, Harry. I like Harry's personality. He's goofy. He's trying to get with Margot, who's the new stew that came on board. But I don't like I didn't get that. The whole downsizing his height. I was like, no, I think 6'3" people generally like. But no, he was like 6'4" is the right spot. I was like, I have never met someone that downsizes their height. Just saying. But you know who's my favorite of the cast, who has the most personality and entertaining personality, and who's probably going to be the antagonist during the season? Laura. Laura is funny. She's great reality TV. She's delusional. She's coming for Aisha. Laura's my entertainment for Below Deck Down Under. Adam is my heart in regards to I like his story. He's trying to build a life and a career for himself so he can help his family here in New York. I like that. Is he getting a little too full of himself because he's so well educated in this world? Maybe, but I think that's also youth. Captain Jason's Captain Jason, maybe a little too nice, but he's coming hard on the deck crew because they're dropping the ball. Anyways, let me say thank you. Alexandra, thank you so much for the super chat. Alexandra says, sending all my love and support. Thank you for giving us the best content and always being so authentic. Thank you, Alexandra. I appreciate that. You guys are so sweet. We need to focus more on the positivity that is in our community than the negative. You remind me of that. Thank you, Alexandra. Julie, thank you so much for always supporting and spending the husband's money. She gets it. If you're new, you probably won't get our banter. Me and Julie's banter. Julie says, need to be a part of the replay crew. But regarding 90 Day Fiancé, sorry, but I'm so sick of Amanda talking about her Disney. Oh my gosh, she needs to go back to America. Oh my gosh, Julie. No. Remember, her husband died not too long ago before she started dating this guy. Just saying. Oh, hold on. We got a love match, Tess. Tess says, I love Harry. I would go for him over Luke in a sec. I agree. There's just something goofy and genuine about Harry. Luke, he's like an F-boy. He's an F-boy. Robin says, come on, Robin. You know, here's the thing. Robin says, Adam seems more like he's from Staten Island than Brooklyn, even though there is a nexus. Just keep in mind, Brooklyn and Staten Island, boys, pretty much the same. Pretty much the same. If you're from New York, you know what I'm talking about. They're pretty much the same. A lot of the people that are from Staten Island came from Brooklyn. Their family is from Brooklyn. I mean, of course, Italy and Ireland, things like that. But you know what I'm saying. But a lot of them migrated to Staten Island. And maybe that's why I like Adam, because he reminds me of the guys that I went to high school with. I think that's what it is. But anyways, I'm enjoying Below Deck Down Under. How about you guys? How would you rate these first 3 episodes? I would have to give it probably like 7, 8. 7 or 8, depending on the episode. These new charter guests are interesting. Culver's now part of the team. Luke is, okay, we got to talk about this before we move on. I know it's a new day and age. I know people are woke and blah, 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 blah. However, anyone else cringe when Luke was forcing kissing on Margot. She's like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to, already get all these, all of us hooking up with each other. And he proceeds to kiss her. And then he keeps kissing her. And I know he was drunk, but that doesn't make an excuse for it. I felt a little cringy. Really? Thank you, Sandra. I love that you guys watch all the shows because I can't possibly watch all the shows. So Sandra says the primary guest was also previously on Ready to Love. Her name is Carmen. She was extra on Ready to Love as well. Thank you, Sandra, for giving us context about the premiere guest. Riz says, did you go to school with the Impractical Jokers? I don't think so. No. I don't think I went to a boys' Catholic school. Okay. No, not really. But I went to no. I don't think so. I know the show. I don't remember the guys on the show, so I couldn't even tell you. I don't think so though. I think they probably went to public high school. It's all right. See, Dental Queer Janice says, yo, that was definitely an HR issue. Okay, it wasn't just me. Exactly, Danny. I didn't want to say the word, but y'all read what Danny Wade said in the comment section, in the live chat. I was like, you literally are kissing her without asking her permission, and then you keep doing it. Zena says that, oh my gosh, Luke was so cringe with that footage eyelash trick. Yikes. Yeah. Look, and I know some people are going to be like, oh, back in the day, you guys wouldn't have said, yeah, it's a new day. It's a new day. You need to ask people's permission before kissing them. Wait, Heather says there's 4 Below Deck Down Under episodes? Okay, they're going to have to slow down. There's no way I can cover all of these shows on Tuesday Takeover if there's that many episodes. That's too much. Thank you, Heather. I'll get caught up. But I'm only talking about the first 3. Because that's all I got to watch this morning. All right. Anyways, let's move on to 90 Day Fiancé, another show that's just too much. All right. Before we get into these other shows, let's talk about Bethenny Frankel. So Bethenny Frankel, as you know, is now spearheading reality TV stars unionizing. Because of the whole writers and actors strike, you know that this industry is going to lean on creating reality TV content. This is what they've done before. But I'm so glad that Bethenny, and I know a lot of people feel like Bethany's just doing this for her own gain. Well, no matter what, even if she's doing this for her own gain, what she's saying is not a lie. And to be honest with you, I really do hope that a lot of these reality stars that even, have some sort of weight in this industry put their foot down and be like, no, we want fair pay. We want residuals on the content you guys are constantly replaying over the next 50, 100 years. I believe what she's saying is really important. She's reached out to multiple people. Nene Leakes recently spoke out about it. And she says, I think Bethenny will go further speaking about it than I would, because she says she's pointed these things out, as you know, in her discrimination lawsuit. Which is true. But I'm glad that they're having the conversation, because we immediately said, well, now with the writer's strike and the actor's strike, reality TV. But on some level, we as a consumer-based community have to be like, no, we need to support everyone involved here, because all of that affects how much we are paying too. Robin says Bethenny is blowing hot air. She's not educated about the process for unionizing, but I am. But she's admitted that. She's admitted that she's not educated, but she's been speaking to people that are. Who knows? Feel free, Robin, though, to call in later when we start taking callers. K-Baby says Bethenny made some great points. They deserve the money. And I know, here's the thing. No one's delusional. Remember, reality TV stars, they're a dime a dozen. So if some reality TV stars say, we're not going to film, there's going to be plenty of other people willing to do it. However, Bravo, you should be worried, because you already had a difficult time with a lot of your casting. So yeah, you might be able to get anybody, but getting anybody doesn't mean you're going to get quality. Just saying. Uh-oh. Candy, Candy, thank you so much for the super chat. Candy says, I hope Bethenny treats her employees fair too. Well, you got a good point. You got a good point. All right. Zena, thank you so much for becoming a member of the channel, guys. If you would like to become a member of the channel, and we appreciate all of our members. We have members that have been members for 2 years, a week, multiple months. We appreciate that. To become a member, head on over to teamkempire.com/join. And for everything Kempire, head on over to thekempire.com. Okay. All right. So Bethenny is speaking out in regards to unionizing reality TV stars. But a lot of people are like, I don't know how you're going to even make that work when these other reality stars, these, no names, will be willing to work for almost nothing just so that they can be famous. There's definitely something that needs to be done. And speaking of Nene, I said this before because so many people, when they erased Nene from that most recent episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, were like, oh, they're trying to erase Nene. She in her settlement that never happened. In her settlement, she told them not to use her likeness. That never happened. Y'all making things up. Because I told you, based off of the contracts and things that I've heard, they could use her likeness for perpetuity and not have to pay her a dime. And Bethenny coming out and confirming that for me and confirming that she's the highest paid housewife. Because someone said, oh, I thought Nene was the highest paid housewife. She said, no, I'm the highest paid housewife ever. Thank you, Heather, for clarifying. Don't confuse me, y'all. Heather says, my bad, only 3 Below Deck Down Under episodes. So many I got confused. See? All right. Thank you for clearing that up, Heather. So I didn't miss anything with Below Deck. Yeah, so they're trying to unionize. They're trying to unionize the reality stars. I don't know. It might be a little late in the game right now in order for it to affect what's happening with the writers and actors strike. But I stand with the actors and writers because I know a lot of people assume when we are talking about actors and writers, we're talking about these people that are making millions of dollars. No, please go listen to some of their personal stories. Some of your favorite actors that you see all the time on shows are not getting paid a lot. And this is part of the reason why they are striking. And a part of me is like, well, should we not report on reality TV shows until this is resolved? Just saying. I feel like I'm crossing a picket line by doing reality TV shows. I ain't trying to cross no picket line. Just saying. All right, let's move on. Let's move on and talk about reality TV. I'm sorry. Look, that's what Tuesday Takeover is a part of, right? It's a part of. All right. Let's talk a little bit about 90 Day Fiancé. All right. 90 Day Fiancé UK. I love 90 Day Fiancé the UK. I need to first, hold on, y'all. Just because I don't have all of the pictures that I wanted for 90 Day Fiancé UK. I don't, do I? I hate this. I do have the picture of this guy. Oh, Lord. Chicken. I love you, chicken. If you guys have been watching 90 Day Fiancé UK, which is available on Discovery Plus and on Max, because, they had that whole merge. I don't know what they're going to do in the future in regards to that. It's very confusing. I don't know what they're going to do. But let me see if I can get the full cast. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. I was doing a lot this morning. But I do enjoy 90 Day Fiancé UK because for me, it sort of feels fresh. Like when we first started watching 90 Day Fiancé. And that's what I love about these new episodes. All right, let me see if I can get, I wish they had like just a cast photo. Can you, 90 Day Fiancé, can y'all just do a cast photo, please? It would just make my life a lot easier, please. All right, let me see. Okay, let me see something. I just wanted, there's only certain people I want to talk about. Like, I love you, chicken. I love you, chicken. I can't stand him. And now on the latest episode, he can't even get through customs. They're not letting him into the UK. Here's the thing with customs. Liz says that chicken song is stuck in my mind because he sings it all the time. He's trying to be the next Soulja Boy. So this guy, hold on, let me bring this picture up. This guy, whatever his name is, Lewis, I think so. Hold on. I love you, chicken. No, Jose from Colombia. So he's held up in customs, and look, this is the thing about customs. You just never know why they're holding you up. They have extreme power because they could be racially profiling you, and they have every excuse. Well, you're not from here. I need to ask you some questions. So he's been held up for hours in the UK customs at the airport. And Louise, I don't know why she married the man, because there was a rumor that she had heard that he was sleeping with ladies of the night on his music video. I love you, chicken. Sorry. I'm sorry. And so she still married the man anyway. She married the man anyway, looking like that. Look, he's just looking like that. But it's not even just about the way he looks. Something's not right. Something's not clicking for me when it comes to him. You know what I mean? Say, hey, Karma. Karma's watching on TikTok. Karma says, OMG, the clarity on Twitch is unmatched. Well, Twitch is really great for streaming. And I tell you guys, I love, a lot of you want to be a part of the live chat. So you're watching on YouTube, and we're streaming on YouTube in 4K. So be sure to make sure that you're streaming in 4K. We're streaming in 4K. And I always hear that on Twitch, you get streaming quality as well. And I believe on Twitch, I'm not even streaming in 4K. I'm streaming in 1080p. Go figure. So just saying, if you want quality and you're not interested in the live chat. All right, moving on, guys. We have almost 800 people in the building watching on multiple platforms. This is our Tuesday Takeover, where we cover a variety of reality TV. Right now, we're talking about 90 Day Fiancé in the UK. Let me show you some people that I need to talk about. Oh my goodness, what's the name of this couple? I can't remember the name of this couple. Let me just bring them up though, because she's clearly scamming him, and I hate this for us as a people. Homegirl's from Kenya, and she is a scam. She's scamming this man. She is scamming this man. What's her name? Hold on. I'll get you her name in just a second. Hold on. Okay. Oh, this is Michael and Mercy. She's 28. She's from Kenya. He's 37. He's from Essex. But it's clear she's in this for the whole other situation. She's not in this for love. Her dowry kept on changing, and he kept on paying. I mean, she's beautiful, but damn. I thought that was so interesting. So he ends up going to Kenya to get married to her, and he's meeting the family and everything like that. The uncle is questioning the dowry, if he paid everything in regards to the dowry. Look, you see my face? A mess. It's one of the very first times where it's very clear of the person's intentions. She doesn't love that man. Marion says, yes, Mercy is scamming this guy big time. But by the time he sees these episodes, they're already going to be married. Look. Who's the other couple that I wanted to mention? Oh, this couple I actually believe will make it. It was interesting, though, this week's episode where he was acting overly jealous. I was just like, what's happening here, sir? What is happening here? Hold on, let me see. We have Shane and we have Mert, who's from... Oh, these qualities of these photos are terrible. I apologize, guys. We have Mert from Turkey and Shane. They actually I feel like they do love each other. I really feel like this is a real relationship. They really do love each other. They had a really romantic proposal. But if you watch the show, Shane is trans, and travels to Turkey and is concerned for her safety. But I believe that they actually do love each other. And we do have a couple from last season that will be returning, but we didn't see them. I don't believe we've seen them yet. But I have to say, I'm enjoying the season so far. I'm enjoying it because I do believe that these people are in real relationships, except Mercy and the other one. All right, since we're talking about 90 Day Fiancé, and like I said, I don't want to delve too deep this week, at least, because there's so many different shows on. And there's still shows that we are not even talking about because we didn't even finish talking about Love in Paradise. I'm good. Look, I'm good. And I'm not talking about 90 Day Fiancé, the last resort, because it's a bunch of couples that we keep saying, it's our last resort. We don't care about them anymore. All right, let's talk about 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way. 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way. Lord have mercy. Do I have all the couples for this one? Let me see something. Hold on, y'all. Because we just finished talking about 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way, and they decided they wanted to do a Carlos King and release a season in the middle. I'm like, really? We don't need another season of 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way so immediately. We don't need that. Please give us a break. Give us a moment so that we can, watch and get into the other things. All right. Shout out to everyone that watches in South Africa. I need y'all to let me know. Is crime as bad as they're making it out to be on this show? I know he's South African, and he came up with a contraption where it will spray pepper spray in your eyes if you're an intruder that comes into his garage. Is crime that bad in South Africa? This woman's mom travels with her, and she's just like, I'm concerned for your safety. I never take it at the Americans' word. I need to hear from people that live in South Africa. Is crime as bad as they're making out to? And this is not the first time we've heard them talk about crime in South Africa on 90 Day Fiancé. All right. But yeah, so 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way. This is a new season. Look, I can't keep up. And I get it. Here's the thing. And I know some of you are like, why is there so many 90 Day Fiancés? Well, because, Tammy says crime is bad in South Africa. Can I hire security when I visit? Look, anyways. So the reason why 90 Day Fiancé keeps churning out all of these new iterations is because this show is like the 90 Day Fiancé Before the 90 Days is the #1 show on Sunday nights. The #1 reality show, the #1 show on Sunday nights. Over like 1.2 million live viewers. So that's something to keep in mind. So this is part of the reason why they come out with so many different iterations, because we keep watching. I just don't need them all at the same time. I don't need them all at the same time. Oh, okay. Marlodi on my TikTok says crime is bad in South Africa, but that's a lot even for us. The pepper spray thing. All right. What else is good? I mean, look, I live in New York. Even though crime is definitely way better. Way better. Anyways, moving on. So 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way. Let's talk about this couple. Brandon and May. First of all, Brandon and May, they are always on the phone, FaceTime with each other. Like always. Even when they are sleeping, they are on FaceTime with each other. And she's super jealous and possessive. He can't sit next to a girl on the plane. He can't talk to a girl at the supermarket. But they are always on the phone with each other. Like, he goes to the bathroom and he's on FaceTime with her. He's on the pot. That's when we were introduced. He's on the potty FaceTiming with her. They get no alone time. Sister on Move says he's just as bad. She quit school and modeling. It's a toxic relationship. When we talk about, they love to throw around the word toxic, but this is a toxic relationship on both sides. Oh, it's Mary. Thank you, Ryan. I must have miswrote on here. Sunny says that this couple needs therapy. I don't even know if therapy is even worth it. They need individual therapy. They need individual therapy. The end says she got jealous when he went to the doctor. It's not healthy. It's not healthy. I mean, is there any sort of healthy jealousy? Maybe on some level. I just feel like the healthy jealousy goes quickly to unhealthy jealousy very quickly. I can't pronounce your first name. I apologize. They said that I don't even watch 90 Day version. I just watch, but Match Me Abroad is my favorite show right now. I love Stanika. And we talked about Match Me Abroad. I need to get back into it, but look, way too many shows to recap. Moving on. So we have that couple for 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way. We have Holly, who went to South Africa to be with her man. I actually think that this couple could work. I mean, the crime is a little worrisome, but people live there. People survive. So why not? Kirsten and Julio, he's going to move to Amsterdam. He's living my dream. Look, he's living, well, not dating the girl. No, not dating the girl. Oh, damn. Made in Asia. Why you got to give us a spoiler alert? They're married and she's pregnant. Okay. In regards to Mary and the other one. Anyways, Kirsten and Julio, she's from the Netherlands. He's moving to the Netherlands to be with her. His mother's tore up about it. I'm not that invested in their story. He's living my dream. I was like, oh, I want to move to the Netherlands. Nope. Look, nope. Who else did I want to talk about in regards to 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way? I don't remember everyone. It's just the couples that I wanted that stuck out to me that I wanted to talk about. Is there anyone in this cast that I wanted to talk about? Let me just see. We still have we do. We have Kenny and Armando. They're back this season, and their big issue is that Kenny wants to move to Mexico City. You remember Kenny and Armando? Hold on, let me bring a picture of Kenny and Armando so you guys remember. First of all, the fact that Kenny and Armando's daughter speaks very good English right now, and Kenny wants to move to Mexico City, and they were playing with him. They were playing with him. Poor Kenny trying to speak. He wasn't even trying to speak Spanish. My thing is, here's the thing. I feel for Kenny because although in my initial reaction, I was like, well, Kenny, if you're going to move to Mexico, you need to learn the language. But then he reminds us that he has a learning disorder. So it's not a really easy thing for him to learn. But then at least wouldn't you have like something on your phone? And he said he didn't have a translation app. And I'm just like, well, I can't help you, Kenny. I cannot help you here. I can't believe that Danielle and Johan are coming back. I am so not interested in Danielle and Johan coming back. I'm not interested. As you can see on the right, that is Kenny and Armando. We loved Kenny and Armando when we were first introduced to them. We loved them. However, their storyline of, Kenny wants to move to Mexico City, Armando doesn't, I'm already bored. I like the life update, but I'm already bored. It feels forced. Oh, Keisha says the lesbians. Oh, yeah. I forgot about the lesbians. You see, and this is why I'm mixing them up, because I'm thinking, wasn't the lesbians on before the... No, wait, the lesbians are on before the 90 days. Don't mix me up, people, in the live chat. Don't mix me up. We already have a lot of 90 Day Fiancé. You're talking about Statler. Statler is on 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 days, right? See, I'm starting to mix them up. No, we talked about Statler before. Yeah, 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 days. Statler and Dempsey. Anyways, guys, if you're just joining us, this is our Tuesday Takeover where we talk about a variety of reality TV news, and pop culture news as well. All right, so let's move on. Since we're doing our 90 Day Fiancé section, let's move on from 90 Day Fiancé the other way. It's just too much to cover. All right, since you talked about Statler and Dempsey, I really like Statler. Statler for me is funny. Statler is just funny to watch. I don't know if I could date Statler. I mean, besides her being a girl, but an interesting personality. But Dempsey seems to be into it. Oh, we didn't get an update on where is it? On Tyre. Right? We didn't see Tyre this week, which is okay because we're over Tyre and his delusion. All right. Christian and Chloe, we didn't get an update on this week, but they'll come back next week. Jasmine and Gino are in therapy. I'm so tired of Jasmine and Gino. I don't believe this relationship at all. I believe now they're just doing it for television and she wants to be famous and he likes the check. I don't believe this relationship. And if it's a real relationship, it's very toxic. It's very toxic relationship, but now they're in therapy. And we already know if Gino did any of what Jasmine was doing with her ex, she would be livid. She would. Just saying. Anyways. Dempsey, rewinding back, Dempsey lives in, I don't know what. I couldn't live like that, but it is what it is. Misha and Nicola in this relationship. Misha, you're too emotionally mature for Nicola. There's a reason why this man is a 40-something-year-old version. That's 40-something, though? Damn, Nicola, you got to do better. Are you just sitting in the sun? That's 40-something years old, and he's a virgin, and he seems emotionally immature. And this is why they say you should not go too long without living with someone or being in a relationship because you come across like, and I'm not saying that Misha is normal either. I'm just saying what is normal, but I don't see this relationship working. But they've been together a long time. Well, together, you know what I mean. They've been talking for a very long time. As Julie said that she's over Amanda and Razvan's relationship. I'm not. I feel like Razvan really is into Amanda, but I understand Amanda's trepidation. She just lost her husband, and she has 2 young kids. Now he's talking about he wants his own children. And she's like, we talked about this and you say you didn't. I don't know if I believe, especially someone that's young like he is. I think people change their mind. You know, Sofia Vergara and her husband, apparently the word on the street is that their relationship ended because he wanted children. I believe she already told him from the beginning that she didn't. And look, as years go by, sometimes people change their mind and everyone has a right to change their mind. So it looks like Razvan wants children now, but she's like, I don't want to have any more kids. But I actually think that they like each other. I really believe that they're really into each other. They're actually a really good looking couple. I don't get, Razvan's just trying to get the green card, even though he did say that he's applied for the visa and after she gets back, he'll be there in a week. I don't know what that is about. I don't know what that's about, but I really do believe that he's into her, or is he just really good at convincing us that? What do you guys think? What do you think? Let me see. Who else was there? This couple, Riley and Violet. They look, we knew from the beginning that this relationship was not going to work before he even left for Vietnam. He was hiring an investigator to make sure that she wasn't cheating. And then, last week we forgot to talk about when he brought up the fact that she was talking about his looks and things like that and how that can come across racist. We forgot to talk about that last week I was like, damn, I should have talked about that when he said that last week in regards to that. She's problematic, but he's problematic too. They don't need to be together. This relationship should have been ended. And it's not even completely over yet. I can't with these two. But I'm more so over Jasmine and Gino because I don't believe this relationship. Get them off our television screens. Put them on the last resort so we won't watch it. So we won't watch it. Is there any other couple that I haven't spoken about? There are some couples that were not featured this week that we have talked about in previous episodes. So stay tuned for that. All right. Got a good point, Ryan. Ryan says Riley is trash having his girlfriend do his dirty work. His friend ask the questions that he's wanted to ask. This is not a good relationship. Riley and her need to break up regardless. It's not a good relationship. They don't like each other. Their fights get really bad. So I'm actually surprised that they're even together. I'm really surprised. Auntie says double red flags. Double red flags. Amy says, how old is he? Amy, you are asking a lot. Be grateful that I even remember their names. Never mind the age. Look, never mind the age. There's way too many 90 Day Fiancés on at the same time. Oh, Keena says, yep, he's moving too fast. He convinced you. See, I was wondering. I was like, maybe I need to focus a little bit more on his actions. Because we also have to keep in mind, in regards to Razvan, he wants to be famous. He wants to be an actor. He wants to be a model. And I hate to jump to those conclusions, but it's very clear that he wants to be famous. This is why he's on TikTok, shirtless, and doing all these like interesting things. Oh, thank you, Trans Talk. I forgot about that. David. Okay. So you saw the preview for David for next week in regards to his girlfriend has a major tragedy. Here's my David picture. How did I miss my David picture? So, you know, I love David, and I feel like 90 Day Fiancé Before the 90 Days deserves all the Emmys. They deserve all the Emmys because every time they take us into David's world, because David's deaf, every time they take us into David's world, it gets really silent. And then the way that they navigate the camera and the sound, I'm like, oh, you guys deserve all the awards for navigating this. So David and, what was his girlfriend's name? Hold on. Let me make sure I get the girlfriend's name. Hold on. David and Sheila go to her family's home. And you know, we've seen Sheila's home. They recently had a typhoon, so the roof is damaged. But she also lives, you know, well, I can't even say. Here's the thing. She doesn't live the life that a lot of us live. She lives in like poverty. So she's a little hesitant to bring him there. And he's also a little hesitant to stay there. I'm so glad that he hired an interpreter. You saw how Sheila got upset? Sheila was just like, this girl, because the girl kind of favors her, but she speaks American Sign Language very well. And Sheila already is a little insecure because his ex-girlfriend spoke American Sign Language very well. And it's easier for him. So he's hired an ASL interpreter for when they go to meet her family. And she's just like, who is this woman? Like, who's this woman? I don't blame her, though. I don't blame her. Did you see the translator in her confessional? She was cute. She was cute. So, and I feel like at the end of the day, I get why she's insecure, but we have to keep in mind, this is helpful to David and his communication with her family. And already, this is a very insecure environment. So this is going to help him be a little bit more secure. Would you guys stay? I would have been like, after going there, and look, I get it. You're used to this, living like this. But I probably would be like, I need to go stay at a hotel. I need to go stay somewhere else. But I appreciate David. You know, he's like, this is my girlfriend. He really loves Sheila. Do you believe that Sheila really loves him? Because you already know I'm believing that Razvan really loves Amanda. So I'm a little like, oh my God, they're in love. They're cute. Paula, thank you so much. Paula says, never watch 90 Day, just your recaps, but I do have Max. We'll have to check it out. This is true. So if you do have Max, 90 Day Fiancé episodes are available there. 90 Day Fiancé UK's there. And I believe all the other iterations are there. Hold on. Nicole says, you seen how he asked if the translator was married? I missed that. I missed that. But I'm glad you pointed that out. No wonder Sheila's a little jealous. Would you be jealous? All right. I know I didn't talk about everything in regards to 90 Day Fiancé, 90 Day Fiancé Before the 90 Days, 90 Day Fiancé UK, 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way. All of these shows are on at the same time. So I apologize for not being able to cover every nitty gritty part of the episodes. I just wanted to give you a little overview. But there are other things that we need to cover and talk about. And for those that are wondering if whether or not I'm going to talk about the Nene leaks and Carlos interview, I have not watched it yet. Maybe we'll go live later, no promises, and we'll talk about it. I still need to watch it. And you know me, I like to rewatch, take notes, those types of things. And then sometimes I'm like, should I even highlight it? Because she's just saying the same thing. If she's saying anything new, I don't know. But we'll see. I haven't watched it yet. So stay tuned. Okay. I do want to say prayers to Tori Kelly. You know the singer Tori Kelly? She was famous on YouTube before anything, and then she had a huge music career. And she still has a huge music career. There was a report that on Sunday night when she was out to dinner that she passed out. She felt her heart racing, and she passed out at dinner and was rushed to the hospital. And now, since the last time that I was following the story, she was in the ICU with clots around her legs, I believe they said, and they were checking to see if there were any clots around her heart. I believe they said there were also clots around, hold on, let me see, do I have it here? She had a few different clots in her body, and she was in the ICU. All right, Foxy and AV said it was a good interview. All right, I'll go listen to it. Hopefully, Nene's doing most of the talking. Just saying. Okay. Moving on. So, yeah. So, prayers to Tori Kelly. I love her. And I just, health is wealth. I keep telling you guys this. So, hopefully, she's okay. I'll hopefully have an update for you guys. Around the lungs. Thank you, Riz. Around the lungs, she had clots as well. And they were trying to make sure to see if she didn't have any clots around her heart. All right. So shout out to Tori Kelly. Quad Webb from Married to Medicine. All right. So we did a separate report yesterday evening. So if you missed that, we did a full report talking about Quad. So Quad's niece, great niece, has 3-year-old niece drowned in her pool. So we saw this story yesterday, and I know a lot of people have questions in regards to this. The story is not 100% giving us the full of what may have happened. So according to People magazine, they said that, and she's speaking out. So Quad is, quote, taking time to grieve after her 3-year-old great niece drowned in the pool of the Atlanta home she owns. Cobb County police tell People that Ariana Rice, the daughter of Tamika Webb, Quad's niece from Memphis, Tennessee, was discovered by authorities around 8:30 p.m. local time on July 7th at her home in Sherwood Lane, Marietta, Georgia. Emergency responders had been called there on, quote, reports of a drowning child, police say, and were giving her medical aid when police arrived. The child was transported to Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, Scottish Rite Hospital, where she was later pronounced deceased, according to Cobb County Police. So they continue. They said that according to a police report obtained by WSB TV, Channel 2 Atlanta, officers were told the girl who was visiting Quad's home on a month-long vacation had drowned in the backyard swimming pool where she had been playing for roughly 2 hours from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. with supervision. All right. They said 2 men on the scene told police that they had got out to order pizza and hung out inside for a bit before returning downstairs. The police report said, according to the outlet, once there, they saw what they thought to be a doll in the pool. Realizing it was a child, the men pulled her from the pool and called 911. Look, I've seen so many different things in regards to, this is why we got to teach our children how to swim. And look, these types of accidents, unfortunately, happen all the time. And hopefully this is a lesson for all of us when having a pool and having children around a pool and things like that. But I just can't imagine what Quad and her family might be going through with this tremendous, tremendous, tragic loss. So shout out to Quad during this very difficult time, because Quad also released a statement stating that this was the second loss in a week that she had in her family. So in a statement to People, the Bravo reality TV star Rep said that that this is the second loss of 2 beloved family members Quad has experienced in just 1 week, both separate occasions. This has been an incredibly challenging experience for the entire family. Your understanding and support are deeply valued, the rep said. In this trying time, we extend our heartfelt gratitude for the kindness and compassion shown by the public, fans, and media. We kindly request much needed privacy during this period of mourning as Quad is taking time to grieve with her family. Whew, it's rough. It's rough. Let me take a sip. All right. Was there another? No. All right. So Kim and Kory are fighting again. Real Housewives, formerly of Real Housewives of Atlanta stars Kim and Kory, as you know, they were divorcing, then they were not divorcing, then the body cam footage came out of them talking about each other. Now TMZ is reporting that they're fighting again. TMZ is reporting that they're fighting again, and I was like, I don't care about this couple at this point. I'm not surprised that they're fighting again. I'm not surprised if we see them file for divorce again. Do you care anymore? They should be more focused on their financial issues and getting out their financial issues, because we also have reported that they're being sued by so many different places. They've been fighting to keep their home. I am just so over. I am so over the Kim and Kory situation. So over it. All right, guys, I'm going to drop the call in link for our members first. All right. So members, head on over to the community tab. I'm going to drop the call in link there so you can share your quick thoughts on any of what we've discussed today. Okay, hold on. Let me go to the community tab. All right. All right. All right. Hold on, y'all. Let me just make sure, because I just had a delivery. Let me just make sure they left it. I think so. All right. Look, live show. All right. Let me drop this here. Let me drop the call in link. And guys, you can talk about anything that we've covered during Tuesday Takeover. Like I said, we won't be talking about the Nene leaks and Carla's interview until I actually watch it. All right, so let me drop this. Yeah. All right. So Team Kempire members, Royal Court members, and Senior Royals, we're dropping the call link at the same time for you guys on the backstage link on the community tab. Shout out to our King's Guards guys. They hold us down. We will be posting the timestamps after the live. So if there's a particular story that you want to see, we'll be posting that later in the description. All right. So stay tuned for that a little bit later on. All right. Was there anything else that I wanted to talk about before we move on? I think I covered a lot. Whew. I might have to take out pop culture news. No, I think you guys want to still talking about pop culture news. The community tab is on if you go to the Kempire YouTube page and you see where it says home, videos, shorts, live, podcast, playlist, Then it says community. Click there. It should show up for you if you are a member. All right. All right. And everyone, I'm giving you a minute. So the most pressing topic that you want to talk about, let me switch this out. Let me switch this out and let me turn this on. And guys, give me 1 second because like I told you, I just had a delivery. So let me just pull that delivery in. So I'm going to do a little bit of a musical break, but it'll give me like 2 seconds. Give me like 2 seconds. All right. I'll be right back. TikTok, thank you guys so much for being here. We are going to end our live on TikTok, but head on over to YouTube, head on over to Facebook, the Kempire or Kempire Daily on Facebook, or Twitch or Twitter. We'll be live there. We are taking callers from our members first. Live chat, we have over 700 of you watching on YouTube. Be sure to like the video. Let's get to 450 likes, but I'll drop the call link for you guys in just a second. Let me get to our members first. Alex is first backstage. Reminder, guys, no profanity, no derogatory statements, those types of things, okay? Because you will be banned indefinitely. You'll be banned indefinitely. All right, TikTok. Bye, y'all. All right, let's end there. Back to us. All right, Alex is backstage, so let me bring Alex up first. Hold on. Alex, what's going on?
Hey, Kempire.
Hey. What's going on?
All right. So I'm going to talk. It's so horrible what happened with Quad's niece.
Yeah.
I feel sorry. I'm sick, so I sound horrible.
Okay.
Excuse. So yeah, I feel so sorry for her. I also wanted to talk about Kim and Kroy. Nobody cares. Wig, go away. Leave us. You and your dusty, wine-stained wig with cigarette in it. Go away, please. Sorry. My voice is horrible. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say because my voice is literally going out right now.
Oh, feel better, Alex. We appreciate you. Poor Alex. That's like the worst. Go drink some tea, Alex. Okay. Judgy Justice, we're going to bring up next. Hold on. What's going on, Judgy Justice?
Hey, nothing much. Thank you, Kempire. Well, I wanted to start with Quad. I think it's just we have to focus again on the responsibility of pool safety, making sure that you have a fence, all of that. Because I was at the pool this weekend and there was a younger couple that had their toddler running around loops around the pool, and I kept freaking out because I think people don't realize that it only takes like an ounce of water for them to drown. It's not a lot of water. It's not like, they could be face down in a puddle and that could be it. So I think like when people put that into perspective, I think they'll realize it a lot better. And then also with Carly, I want them to throw the book at her, but also I don't want them to set a precedence of throwing the book at people that are of our complexion, our ethnicity. So that's my like dilemma there, because I'm like, girl, you should go to jail, but also I don't want that to be something that starts to happen when people make those calls if they're not founded out like to be legit. I don't want that to be the first thing people do. I'm just very, very, I don't know, leery about the whole situation. I hope that everyone in that community has found peace and, is able to go back to their regular lives after such a traumatic event. Because I can't imagine people telling me over here over here in DC that there was a baby walking across the Potomac and then people snatched up. But I will leave it at that. Thank you, Kempire.
Thank you, Judge Justice. Take care. All right, we're going to bring up Wendy next. And shout out to our members. We appreciate your monthly support. I don't take that lightly. It does help us to continue to elevate some of what you see behind the scenes, in front of the scenes here on the channel. We're going to bring up Wendy next. What's going on, Wendy?
Hi, Kempire. How are you doing?
Well, how are you?
I'm fine. I want to talk about Chris Samuels and the woman from Potomac. That's what I'm gonna call her, the woman from Potomac. I think this is her thing of trying to get on the show. She wants to be a permanent person on the show, back on the show so bad. I guess that's her scapegoat. That's her storyline. She's talking to Monique's husband. And I was like, this is very petty and desperate don't look good on her. And I yield the mic and you have a good day.
Thanks, Wendy. Take care. She said, I yield the mic. I love that. I love that. All right, we're going to get to some more calls. If you remember the channel, we've dropped the call link on the community tab, live chat, because you've been so supportive in the live chat. We appreciate you. I'm going to drop the call in link for you guys in the live chat right now. Keep liking the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting the channel. I'm going to bring up Norma next. Our resident actress is here. Hey, Norma.
Hi, I missed you. I didn't catch the first part, but I just got this and I said, I got to chime in. My heart goes out to Quad and her family. I can't even begin to imagine the pain that they're going through. As far as Shirley or Carly, I think maybe she's not doing well emotionally. A lot of people are in a lot of pain these days and they're doing things. I mean, look at the idiots on Bravo that do stupid things to get attention. Did I just say that? Don't get me started on the Bethenny thing with the union. That's a whole
I want to
different...
know. I do want to know your thoughts on that, Norma.
Oh. What time is it? I'll try to... okay. My feeling is I think she's doing this because she got caught with her pants down for the whole Jill Zarin husband funeral thingamabob. Bro, for anyone who doesn't know, when you get mic'd for a TV show, they put that in your underwear. More engineers have seen my boobies than I think my husband, because they have to put it in between your bra. And then if you look, sometimes they have a little pack. Okay, so that's a different story for a different time. Just the thing is that she's trying to do things. Right now, SAG and AFTRA and the writers are fighting because we're not getting residuals. I mean, I did a movie that was out on Lifetime, and then the next thing I knew, it was playing forever on Peacock. I haven't seen a dime. And what people don't understand is that we train for this. This is like taking an athlete, some kid who plays baseball in high school and expecting, he gets a little attention and expecting to get the same thing as A-Rod would get. You know what I'm trying to say? I don't know if that's a good analogy, but what I said is it's like going to Taco Bell and expecting to get filet mignon. I mean, what producers did a few years ago when we had another writer's strike is they created more momentum in the reality world. And that's where they saw cheap labor for nothing. And these people, I'm sorry, they sign up for it. And these people are not hurting. Come on, to be a housewife, you have to have a certain income to qualify. A friend of mine lives in Calabasas, big, beautiful house. She tried out and they said, no, you don't live in a gated community. So these people right off the bat already start. Then they use this as a platform to sell their products. They've made money. And then what is Lala bitching about because Ariana's getting more attention? Girl, you went to the White House. You have an Uber Eats. You got a second house in Palm Springs. So I don't think that all reality stars are looking to unionize. I think they're pretty comfortable and they don't have to, as a union actor, there's a lot of work that I cannot do. join the union is not easy. And it is a catch-22. You got to book a job to get in the union, but you can't book a job unless you're in the union. You can't get representation. It's a lot of hard work.
Mm,
And it's not, I mean, it's my choice, but I'm an artist. And there's the difference. And
mm,
some people do this as a get quick scheme kind of deal.
mm,
So it bothers me that right now, when we need solidarity, and I'm really calling out a lot of these Bravo levities who are members of the union who have not yet stood up in solidarity.
mm.
Lala would rather go on Stassi's thing and wah because Ariana's making more money. When she made commercials, isn't that how she met her husband or her baby daddy? Auditioning as an actress. Where's her voice? They have a platform. Look at what they did for Ariana and for their show from their platform. Where are they in solidarity? And I'm gonna say it. I'm a member of the Television Academy, and trust me, when it comes time to vote for an Emmy, they're not getting my
Oh,
vote.
you're not voting for them?
That's just trash TV. Am I being a little too upset? I'm sorry. You know
Well, I
what
wanted
happened?
to hear
Our
your
house,
perspective as someone that is in the acting world and entertainment world, because I haven't heard how they feel about what Bethenny is saying in regards to unionizing the reality, TV. I don't want to call them stars, personalities, I guess we can call them.
that's what I call, and yes, I agree they should have certain benefits. That's in their contract. Hello. I did a show, they have my likeness. I can't change my hair.
Mm.
I can't do this. I can't do that. That's what you do. That's why you get a deal memo and you have an agent that represents you or a lawyer, and then you figure it out. If you don't want to pay that price, then don't do it. It's not something, it's not that this is their livelihood that they went into it with, as with an artist, a writer, a musician, what have you. I'm a little, heated up.
No,
My
no.
house got water damage, so we've been living out of a hotel. Now we're in a rental.
Oh, I'm
Two
sorry to hear
million,
that.
$2 million rental.
Oh, excuse me.
Come visit me in LA. But no, I'm out of sorts. So this is where I can't work because we're on strike. So Mama spends her time bitching at Bethenny.
Lord. All right, Norma. We appreciate you sharing your perspective
Thank you,
on
thank
this.
you. I hope I didn't offend anyone, but love you
Look,
all. Take care of yourself. No babies in cars. No babies in pools.
well, here's the thing, Norma. No matter what, someone's going to be offended. Not everyone's going to love what we have to say, and I've learned that. And sometimes I get annoyed. We were talking about this yesterday for Real Housewives of Atlanta, and this is our opinion. We don't mean to. Our intentions not to offend anyone, but this is what you think, and this is what I think. It is what it is.
Well, thank you for that. I love your show. You are probably the best, you know, content creator, which you guys have to hustle and do your job.
Yeah.
It's like me saying, "Oh, I posted something on Instagram. I should join the union with the YouTubers." I mean, if you guys were in a union. But anyway, God bless, enjoy, and stay cool.
You too. Take care, Norma.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. All right, let's get this. Alex, stay on the line. I'm taking all the other calls before you because you already had your chance. Okay, so stay on the line. All right, guys, you're just joining us. We're taking some calls for our Tuesday takeover. If it's your first time, I know it feels like we're all over the place. We will be posting the timestamps, but this is what Tuesday takeover is. It is a mashup of reality TV news, and pop culture news as well. It's a way that we get caught up on some of the stories that I'm not able to cover nitty gritty. All right, we're going to bring up Monique next. What's going on, Monique?
Oh my God. Hi.
How are you?
I am a new member.
Thank you.
But I watch all of your content. I only called in to say, first of all, just, my condolences to Quad and her entire family. Anytime you hear about a child passing, it is just absolutely heartbreaking. And I wanted to say that, first of all. But second of all, I wanted to say I have never subscribed to any channel ever. I watch all of your content. I don't have time to watch all the television I would like. And you keep me up on everything going on. Your voice is so comforting, so soothing, and you are hella cute.
Oh,
And that's all I wanted to say.
thank you, Monique. I appreciate that. Have a great day.
Absolutely. You too, dear. Bye.
That's what I always have to say. I get so much love that I too, very human, like a lot of other people, focus way too much on that one negative comment. When I get so much love, and some of you guys say some of the things that would make me bawl, boo hoo hoo, you guys say in the comment section, or if I meet you in person, or if you call in. I just want to take this moment to say I appreciate it. You guys really do uplift me every single day, and I need to focus more on that level of love, which is far more than the negative. I need to focus on that. See, you guys remind me. So thank you, Monique. All right, let me get to the callers. Let me get to the rest of the callers. Zena's backstage. We're going to bring Zena up. What's going on, Zena? Zena, you're muted. Zena?
Hi.
Oh, there we go. What's going on, Zena?
So sorry. First, I'm calling in. Of course, I'm muted. Yes, I am very much like Monique. I'm your new subscriber of the day. I am as Bywig was seeing Tardy for the party a little bit later. Got hip to you about 4 or 5 months ago, and I couldn't have been happier to run into your content. Seriously, like yourself, your callers, your members, your viewers, y'all give me life. I'm
you.
sorry, is it too loud in my background?
No, it's okay. Are you vacuuming?
Okay. So I know you didn't want to touch on it too much, but as a quote unquote cisgender woman, as a woman, I just want to understand from that perspective of a trans person, as a gay person, as yourself, what was offensive about Jess's hilarious rebuttal? Because I really didn't see anything that was offensive.
Here's the thing. I'm not going to speak for trans people because I'm not trans. But my first reaction, I mean, yes, this story there are all kinds of things between her and T.S. Madison and things like that. I just didn't like the way that she spoke about the trans community in her rebuttal, because you can speak about that and not be as venomous as I felt like she was being in that. That's my thoughts, and that's how I felt initially when I was listening. I was like, why is she speaking like this, like that? It's one thing to be upset and defend your point, but there's also a way about saying everything.
I think as a point of context, I think people need to understand she was giving a response to a transgender person, and it's just one transgender person. This transgender person does not represent the entire transgender community. But this one transgender person stated periods are not exclusive to cisgender women or biologically born women. Womanhood does not belong to women. I don't understand what that comes from. And I think that Jess was responding to that. I do think that she kind of leered everyone into one tadpole of, oh, for you transgender women out there, this is what y'all need to understand. I think she should have definitely kept on subject specifically towards that transgender person.
Yeah.
But I think it is absurd to say periods do not belong to women. I think that if you are born biologically a woman, and you say you didn't want to get all the way into it, but we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. Let's talk about it now.
Well, here's the thing. I don't want to get into it because my issue wasn't really about those specifics. It was really about what I was seeing in the comment section, because I felt like that led the door open for people to be transphobic in the comment section, for people to hate on the LGBT community in that moment. So all of that homophobia and transphobia, now we can talk about it and be transphobic. That's what I didn't like. That's why I didn't want to get into the nitty gritty of, what they were specifically talking about. It was the transphobia that I was seeing in the comment section. And I was just like, this is what I keep seeing, especially in our community when it comes to the LGBT community. So that's why I didn't want to get into the nitty gritty of those specifics.
That's why I wanted to hear your opinion too, because I'm like, what am I missing? Because I really didn't catch anything transphobic or homophobic, but I can definitely see that perspective. So I definitely wanted to ask you, when I first heard you say that, I did feel a little tingle in my heart, because I'm like, come on now, Kemp, but because I know you and I can be able to tell your personalities. I've been watching. Of course, you would never speak against us women, Black women, of course, women at all. So I wanted to ask for your perspective for that. Thank God I didn't have a timer, because my tail feather would already been out of time.
Yeah, I turned the timer off today. But you see how we're having a dialogue, a conversation, your perspective, my perspective, and we're not being disrespectful to each other.
Exactly. Absolutely. As adults, we need to do that. And that's what I do love about your channel as well, because you're tolerant, but with boundaries. Don't come in here talking about people's facial features or whatever. Now y'all get shady. Because I can't wait to see what Miss Birdie say and what everybody say. I can't wait.
I can't control some of the things that come out these people's mouths, but yeah.
I'm always clutching my pearls to see like what people would say. So we can get shady. It's fun shade. We can talk our mess and be funny.
And we can be wrong. We can be wrong. It's okay for us to be wrong sometimes.
Okay, and that's why I wanted to hear perspective, because I'm like, clearly there's something I'm missing. I gotta be wrong about something. It's okay to be wrong. As adults, we have to understand that in this country in general, through politics, through religion, through changes of laws, it's okay to be wrong. Just be open. Yeah. That's all it takes.
Yeah. And the biggest thing that I wanted to emphasize, because I feel especially in our community, and especially right now with everything that's happening in the Supreme Court, I need us to pay attention that today's injustice might be mine, but tomorrow it could be yours.
It's yours. That's right. And I'm from Michigan. I'm born and raised. I'm a Michigan native. So shout out to all the Michiganders out there. But we have a lot of laws right now that are being passed that even you would think that they would be from quote unquote down south states. No, it's happening right up here in Michigan as well. People's rights are being taken from them. So I think it's very important to have an open dialogue, and I just appreciate that. Of course, we're going to talk about the funny stuff on the shows and everything else. P.S. You are the only reason why I know anything that's happened with any of the 90 days. I'm so over it. I am over it. Good night, Buy Your Life. I cannot do it. I stopped watching about 3 years ago because it just gives so fake. Most of the relationships are so for television between Chantel. What was Chantel
and Pedro, the family Chantel,
and the mama's relationship
Karen.
with that man. Girl, you do not want that man. Stop playing games.
Oh no, you're talking about Pedro's mom, not Karen. I'm thinking of Chantel's mom. No, Pedro's mom.
Pedro's mom. Girl, it's giving spin-off. You just want another show. You didn't like this man. You not into this man. You didn't put all your business into your kids for the last 15 years. And all of a sudden you want to have like, stop it. Yeah. And it's just so many fugazi relationships. I can't deal with it. Like, I'm over it. But a lot of these shows, they get clout because of you. So yes, that's all I want to say. I'm sorry to take up so much.
It's okay, Zita. We had a great conversation. Thank you so much for calling in and for becoming a member.
Of course, as well. Thank you.
Take
Have
care.
a good one.
You too.
Bye.
Again, guys, this is our Tuesday takeover. Mama Allie is working on the timestamps. We will be posting the timestamps in the description later, so stay tuned for that. I will try, because Mama Allie always sends it right after the live. I just get caught up. Get caught up. All right, Robin's backstage, and then we're gonna take Alex. Alex will be our last caller. Let me bring up Robin. What's going on, Robin?
Hey, Kempire.
Hey, how are you?
I'm pretty good, thanks. Listen, about this whole unionization thing, I will say that I applaud Bethenny for at least bringing the subject up, because it's a lot to think about. But she makes it sound so simple, and it's not that easy just to form a union or join a union. You heard Norma talk about because she's an actress, that there are certain benchmarks that they need to, actually hoops they need to go through to become members of SAG-AFTRA. The same thing with Actors Equity. But in general, in order to put it in this context, I think that it would be a great idea for these reality performers to form a union. I would strongly suggest, yes, they should go to SAG-AFTRA. But before you can do that, you have to talk to your coworkers. You have to get a consensus. You have to then decide to connect with a union organizer. And then after that, you have to collect these cards where you show interest of your coworkers. And then your cards can either be recognized as valid by the employer or management group, or you can have a union election. That's the short of it. Now, about Bethenny, what I was happy when her first sentence, but after she started talking about terms and conditions is where she lost me.
Okay.
Because unionization is called collective bargaining. She unilaterally offered suggestions saying, this is what we need, this is what we have. She's not clear about what other reality performers' current contracts look like. And I think that's important. You have to build a consensus. The other thing that's really important, I'm glad that Norma mentioned it. I saw Mercedes Javid on the Jeff Lewis Live show, and she talked about her contract with Bravo.
From Shahs of Sunset, Mercedes.
Shahs of Sunset, yes. Okay. And she said that She literally lost, like name, image, and likeness, in perpetuity, no residuals. You get that one-time pay. And remember, Shah's was at least 10 years ago when it first came on our TVs.
Yep.
And even then, she has a clause in her contract that says that they can use AI to, okay.
Artificial intelligence.
Yes. They can use that to alter your image and use it, again, in perpetuity. The other problem that I have with what Bethenny said is she seemed to suggest that there might be an opportunity to claw back and get residuals. Listen, the way that I understand those contracts are written, there's no way that management, Bravo, or any of those production companies will relent. So they have to do something moving forward. I agree with Norma that there are some of these reality performers who are members of SAG-AFTRA, and shame on them for not standing with their fellow union members. That's a problem. I think it's going to be difficult to wrangle in the reality performers because there's such a divergence in their terms and conditions. And by terms and conditions, I really mean their pay. I don't know. Do you really believe that Bethenny, at her rate of pay, will be willing to have at least a median salary of the other performers? I doubt it. So those are some of the things. I know there's a lot more, but I just want just to say the basics about unionized, and that I do believe that everybody who is not a confidential employee should, if they have the opportunity, should really join unions. And the last thing I'm going to say is remembering a former coworker who said, "I hate unions." She was not unionized, nor was I. But I remember going, wow, really? So you hate unions, but do you understand that unions are the reason that we have occupational safety and health standards? They're the reason why people get paid vacations. Here in New York, 1984, the hospital workers strike. That's why you can go to a non-union hospital and be sure you get every other weekend off. So a lot of, even the minimum wage has been fought for by union members. And the union members typically make far above union minimum wage. So that's just my plug for labor unions, and thanks for listening.
Thank you for bringing that information, Robin. We appreciate you.
Oh, and the last thing, one thing you said too about how people have this misconception that all these actors and actresses are so well paid. We have heard now about how many of them have so many extra gigs or side gigs, and a lot of them don't even have health insurance. In order to qualify for health insurance under SAG-AFTRA, a member must meet a minimum threshold of $24,000 per annum in their salary, their wages, their pay. And that is across jobs. So, you can see me on different shows, but if I don't make a total of $24,000 in a year, I can't qualify to get the union health insurance. And guess what? 87% of SAG-AFTRA members do not qualify for that benefit.
You know what would solve that? You know what would solve the healthcare issue?
What?
Anyways, that's a whole other conversation. Robin, thank you so much for calling in.
Sure.
Bye.
I got to think on that one. Bye-bye.
What would solve the healthcare issue? Universal healthcare. Damn it. But anyways, that's a whole other... Look, I know you're probably like, Tuesday Takeover is taking a turn. No, it hasn't. Because what is pop culture news? Whatever is popular amongst us, the community. These topics are popular. These are the things that are pressing in our news. Carlee Russell wouldn't normally be a story that we cover, but it's a part of pop culture news. Jazzy says that unions are very important in this country. We need them to counter corporate greed. Exactly. I did hear this story, Temmie. Temmie says that apparently LeBron's son had cardiac arrest yesterday. I did hear that story. I haven't been able to, of course, read up or do any research on that. Cardiac arrest, he's very, very young. So hopefully he is okay. Thank you, Norma. Norma says, prayers for the family of Chef Tarafi Campbell, President Obama's private chef, and Bronny James, who suffered cardiac arrest yesterday during a basketball practice. Health. I keep telling you guys, if you don't have your health, you don't have anything. All right. All right. Okay, let me bring up Alex next because I told Alex he would be next, and then we're gonna bring up Dewan. What's going on, Alex? Alex, are you there? Alex, you're muted.
Sorry, I had to clear my throat. I sounded like Marlo. And I was a mess. Honestly, I was a mess, and I still had more to say. You know, I love to hear them. I love to hear Robin speaking. So, like how she was speaking, don't understand any of that, but listening to her made it make more sense. And I really appreciate it.
Me too.
So I wanted to talk about Charrisse and Chris.
Okay.
That is actually that is the most insane thing I've ever heard. I actually feel like I saw her wearing that top with that same wig before. So I don't know. I thought that could have been, maybe. It gives tired wigs anyway. I think she wore that before, so I think that could be an old picture. Because I feel like I saw her wearing that same top with the wig on a episode of RHOP back when Monique was on. Probably when, I think it was the season Candace also came on. So that would make more sense also, but I just don't get why Chris would hang out with her unless maybe he was trying to find out information on Monique going into a divorce. Maybe that's why, but I don't understand it. It's really messy and not something I would do at all. And Charrisse, you're messy for that too, because that's just weird. Yeah, that's all I have to say.
Okay. Thanks, Alex, for calling in.
Bye.
Yeah, there was a lot. See, y'all see why I get so busy with Tuesday Takeover. There's so many topics. I'm like, oh, wait, I forgot to talk about this. Or there's this. Claire reminds us, it was actually her mother that passed away. Jasmine Sullivan's mother, she recently posted that her mom passed away from breast cancer. So shout out to Jasmine Sullivan. You know what we always say in regards to when we cover death or talk about death here on the channel, it's a reminder to the living to live more fully. It's also a reminder to all of you. I said this in one of the recent videos we were talking about health, that let this be your reminder. If there's a doctor's appointment that you're supposed to make. I had a Zoom call with my doctor this morning. Just saying, I'm making sure my health is good, my mental and my physical. Let this be the reminder for you to make that your yearly physical, your mammogram, anything that you've been putting off, and you watched my video the other day and I told you this is your reminder to do it and you still haven't done it, I'm reminding you again. All right. We're going to bring up one last call. We're going to bring up Dewan. What's going on, Dewan?
Hey, what's up, Kempire? How you doing?
Not bad. How are you?
The queen is back. Nene leaks, baby. Nene leaks, baby.
We're not talking about Nene. We might go live later if I get a chance today to go watch and talk about it.
I'm so sorry.
You can share your thoughts. What are your thoughts?
I just look.
Should I go watch it? Should I go watch and listen to it?
Yeah, go watch it. I actually have been at work all day, so I hadn't had a chance to watch the full thing, but I'm listening to it in and out, and I'm like, this is just insightful. I love the behind the scenes stuff. I actually just got to the part where she's like, we made $10,000 the first season, and we made only $50,000 up until season 3. She was like, we didn't get paid until season 4. And so this is a really, really good interview for just any Housewife fan. But I'm so sorry. I didn't realize you were not talking about that. With the Chris Samuels thing, though, I just wanted to say, I pray that he's not on Real Housewives of Potomac bashing his ex-wife with these girls. That would be one of the sickest things ever.
I don't think he's like that, though.
I hope not. Even for them just to be out is weird. I mean, like, this is somebody who actively played a role in trying to minimize your marriage. You know, with the whole trainer
and lie about the paternity of your youngest.
Exactly. It puzzles me, but I'm gonna watch. Obviously, it's something that I want to see, and so yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Dewan. Take care. All right, hold on. Ooh, Bella, don't start trouble in the chat. Bella says we need a members only live for this Nene convo. Let me go watch it. All right, I'm going to go watch it right now. I'm going to prioritize that, and I'm going to take Bella's advice. This might be a members only video. Oh, Bella. Oh, Bella. Yes, Quinn, I did hear this. Quinn says that it's a 2-part interview, Kempire. Next part drops next week. You know Carlos.
Lies! The lie!
All right. Yes. So, okay. Maybe we will. Shout out to our members. We have quite a few members. So maybe we'll just make it a members only live chat. Let's do a poll. Let's do a poll before I leave. Members only live video or members only live chat? Let me do a poll. I already know what the poll's going to do, but you never know. What should we do? Member with the Nene coverage. With Nene interview. Members only live video, meaning that only members could see it, or members only live chat. I'm going to add another option, subscribers only. Okay, hold on. All right. I already know what this is going to be, but it's all right. All right. Shout out to our members. If you'd like to become a member of the channel, head on over to teamkempire.com/join. All right. And shout out to all of you that sent in super chats, Venmos, Cash Apps, PayPals. Thank you. We appreciate your monthly support. We appreciate your support anytime that we're live. You can also support just by liking the video. You can also support by sharing the video, telling a friend to tell a friend. All right. It's okay, Dr. P. King. Membership is not in my budget at the moment. That is fine. Okay. All right. Oh, good point. Daddy said, may not be a fair poll because there's more non-members in the chat. Well, we'll see. Look, we shall see. It's all right, though. It's all right. I'm gonna cover the story regardless. And maybe members will get first access to when we cover it. Maybe. We'll see. Thank you, Temmie. It's okay. I understand that it's not in everyone's budget. But we appreciate everyone. Anyways, I'm going to get out of here so I can go watch this. You guys keep giving me homework to do, so let me go watch it or listen to it, and I'll get back to you. I might have to listen to it a couple times, so stay tuned. All right? Thank you to everyone that called in. Thank you to everyone that sent in a super chat, super sticker, was part of the conversation in the live chat. We love your opinion, so comment section, please feel free to share your opinions, but be respectful. All right? Thank you all for being here. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. I will see you all in the next video. Our next live, I don't know when our next live is. Stay tuned. Like the video if you haven't liked it already. Let's get to 600 likes. We got over 700 and something people watching on multiple platforms. Like the video. Thank you to our King's Guards. We could not do this without them, especially when we're having challenging conversations, complicated conversations. They hold me down here in the live chats, and they say hello to you guys, and they interact with all of you and keep you updated on everything. So say hello and thank you to our King's Guards. Thank you to our members of the channel. And of course, thank you to our subscribers. We appreciate you as well. I will see you all possibly later. Let's get out of here with some music. No, I don't want that.